Okay, I'm about to do a small patch-up project. I had a little rust area, and I actually poked my finger through this part of the door. This is where my factory mirror was, and with over the years hitting trees with my mirror, it kind of probably perforated the sheet metal underneath at some point. A lot of water got in, started to perforate the paint, and then got into the metal, and eventually it just kind of it just rusted out. And the other day I was kind of cleaning around the vehicle, and I happened to poke my finger through the hole, and I was like, oh well, no time like the present to make this body repair. So I cut out a piece of what is this, I think it's 14 point, I think, maybe more, maybe less, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's the sheet metal I used last year to fix some my rocker panels. So I mocked everything up. I'm just going to do a not a butt weld, but a lap weld over top. I have my mirror delete in place so I can hold the sheet metal in position while I tack this up. So anyway, that's my project for today, and it's going to be replaced with a mirror that's mounted to the windshield mount, and not the windshield mount, the side mount for where the where my rock light is right now. So it'll just bolt right on, and then this is going to push the mirror out on a spring, so it moves with the door as I'm opening and shutting that door. So anyway, yeah, I'll record some of the welding. I didn't get to record any of it last year, but I'll put a camera on it so you can see my tacks. All right, so got my welding shirt, grinder, various welding materials. I'm going to use a Harbor Freight 110 welder, flux core. I had some pretty good success with it, so there it is. So that's what I'm going to use. I have very limited experience with sheet metal welding, but I had pretty good success last year, like I said, fixing my rocker panels. So I'm just going through my prep. I sprayed on some anti-spatter aerosol around the welding area, so none of the flux beads burn into my paint. And I'm also going to cover it with some canvas to minimize the amount of splatter that I get on my door. Not that it really matters, because this door is pretty beat up, and I'm just going to keep running it as long as it's functional and the glass is still working. I'll just keep repairing whatever needs to be repaired on the vehicle. All right, the first thing I need to do is clear a spot for my ground, so we can get some good penetration from the welder. Okay, I'm going to run my first tack here, and I'm going to work my way around, in spots, but I'm going to do it, randomly, to help help the heat dissipate so it doesn't warp. I also have my wire feed at a setting of 4, and I also have the power set at minimum. On the Harbor Freight, there's minimum and maximum. So with sheet metal, I don't want to burn it through it, so I'm going to start off with the minimum and play around with it, see if I need to put it on maximum. If I need to burn it a little bit hotter, I'll set it to max. But I think I had pretty good success at these settings from when I did my sheet metal last year, my rocker panel last year. So we'll just give that a try. Let's start with a clean lead here. Pop that guy off, maybe a little bit shorter. It's probably a good length. All right, here goes. give you a little close-up on some of the tack welds. So I have it spaced out, you know, along the bottom curve of the door. Once I remove this piece here, that's part of my new mirror system, which will stay attached to the body. This pushes the mirror out, and I'll show you that when it's all installed. But yep, so those are my tack welds. They're spaced out, again, spaced out so it doesn't warp. Let it cool down, and I'm going to remove this piece here so I have access to the full plate. And yep, so that's what it is so far. Making good progress welding these tacks around the plate. It's adhering pretty well. I had a couple of ones that didn't tack down, and I had to just burn it a little bit longer, and it's working out pretty good. And then once I complete this all the way around and there's no spaces between the tacks, I'll grind it down, try to get it smooth. Alright, I grounded down the tack welds. Got it fairly even. Obviously there's spots here that I'm going to fill in with filler, some body filler, smooth it out so you can get it ready for primer and paint. So first I'm going to clean it off with some acetone. Okay, this is what I'm using for the body repair, the body filler. Used it last year, worked pretty good.
some more.
Okay, the door is back on the Jeep, and so you can kind of see where the patch is. There's a little bit of an uneven surface there, but overall very happy with it. This is going to go on the vehicle now, back on the door, and I will show you how the mirror works and fits on top of it. And yeah, I mean, over the course of about 4 to 5 hours, I got this job done relatively fast. So not bad at all. And no more rust. All right, the delete is installed, mirror delete, and that will function as like a kind of a bump stop. So when the mirror is mounted here, which will be on a spring, it'll rest here in the stock position, and when the door opens, it'll push the mirror out and follow along with the hinge of the door. And the great thing about the kit is that when you remove the doors, the mirrors will stay on the Jeep because it's mounted on this cowl position here. So that's what's great about this, and it's a Quadatec. I think it's called the mirror mover, and it was like $300, like $319, something like that. And but you know, this is going to be a much better option.
All right, it's the next day. I had the mirror installed, so this mounts here by the window frame, the windshield frame, and so this is where the delete went after I repaired the sheet metal. So how this works is when you open the door, it pushes the mirror out because this thing is on a spring and it moves with the door, which is pretty neat. So when the doors come off, the mirrors stay on, so I don't have to mess with fashioning temporary mirrors when the doors are off. It's going to be very convenient. So that's a nice little upgrade. This is a Quadatec piece, pretty good quality. I think this is a billet aluminum, but pretty happy with the project. You can see a little bit of a difference in the surface texture, but better than rust sitting there. So pretty happy with the project. Didn't take long at all.